They told me to pull up. I'm here. You know, hey, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time, man. It's gonna be special. It's gonna be special. You know, hurry back. We gotta film. Hurry back.
Turn it to the Marv show already. It's a Wednesday.
You got the same one? See, boom, look.
Yeah.
Where's your blood stakes, bro? You better not pull out no karma.
No.
Don't you dare.
I left it in Canarsie.
Alright, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hold things up. But
No. You good. You good.
Recording. Are we on?
Yeah.
We on? I don't know. Thank you for joining us on Candid Convos.
Thank you for having me.
Progress in process.
Okay.
The reason that I invited you and I thought of you for this project is because I love stand-up comedy.
Yes.
It got me through college.
Okay.
I used to go on the Laugh Factory YouTube and just let it run.
Okay.
I consider it a very important art form and very necessary.
True.
And having seen you twice,
Yes.
you're hilarious.
I appreciate that.
And I just wanted to have a conversation. We just want to have a conversation about your process in comedy. Stand-up comedy it's not an easy thing to do. I feel like people who are called to it are called to it.
Yes.
And what is that process for you?
In terms of just putting material together?
Or how did you even get into it?
Okay, I got into it. So I've been around comedy since middle school. Right?
Okay.
I've been around comedy since middle school. And like I started like making like funny videos at home. Like I'd be home alone and just get in front of a webcam and just do stupid. Am I allowed to curse?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Stupid shit. Right? Just record myself doing all this craziness, and I'll post the videos on YouTube. Classmates would see it, and you know, they would kind of egg me on to keep going, and then it carried on from middle school to high school. But then in high school, around that time, that's why Kev was you know hot, and still is hot. But he was picking up, and people started comparing me to him just off of the fact that like there weren't really comedians in my school. People doing funny videos in my school. Like,
Shout out to Ben Stein. Do or die.
Seriously?
I think they prefer the latter.
I think yes.
they don't respect my interview. That's what it is. They don't respect my interview. Nah, but in high school wasn't really many people, anyone really doing like funny videos and stuff like that. So naturally they gave me that comparison to him. But I never really wanted to be a comedian. Ironically enough, I did the videos out of boredom. And but as I continued to do them, I kind of grew this unknowing love. Like I don't really know how to put it into words, but like I was in love with something I didn't even know it. Like I started to slowly but surely fall in love with comedy, and still was making videos. But at the same time, because I didn't think I wanted to be a comedian, I was doing everything else, but deciding, hey, I'm gonna be a stand-up. So like at one point in time, I was trying to be a rapper. I know. We don't talk about that time.
Charlene.
It was terrible. Try to be a rapper. I thought I wanted to be a doctor, thought I wanted to like coach football, thought I wanted to manage artists, thought I wanted, like the list goes, or I wanted to be a teacher, on and on and on, until ultimately like, as I kept bouncing around, I was always making videos, never stopped. And you know, I realized that comedy was my calling. But I also knew that if I really wanted to do this, I had to do it at the highest level, which was stand-up comedy. So around the time I was doing the videos, did my first open mic, did terrible, as every comedian does. But like I didn't get off the stage feeling discouraged. I got off as bad as I did. I was like, nah, this is home. Like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's keep going.
And you feel like it turned you away. It felt like it was.
Yeah, it felt right.
Yeah,
it felt right.
Wow.
Yeah, and here we are now, still doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow. And so when you got into stand-up comedy, you say you did your first open mic, it was terrible.
Yes.
Where did you learn the technique? Did you go to a class? Did you just get around other comedians to see where did you get the technique where you grew into
YouTube? Like what was it?
It came through. Technique came through repetition. I know there are some people that do take the classes and stuff like that, but for me, that just never really made sense to me. So I just kept getting on stage. That's really what it was. Open mics. I would hang out at shows, network with other comedians. You know, always if I could hit people up within the community that I knew were light years better than me. Like ask them for tips, ask them for advice, ask them for places I could go and just get up and just
you
work
got
out.
answers from those people.
Yes, definitely. So it was just a repetition thing for me. Like you especially a lot of stand-up comedians who starting to come into the game, they always are looking for advice. The only advice you can give within this craft is just keep getting on stage. That's it. There's no in between, nothing like that. The only way for you to really and truly learn how to tell a joke, how to better your stage presence, delivery, the whole nine, keep getting on that stage. So that's what did it for me.
Okay. And what would you say was the turning point where you're like, I got it? Or is that not even a thing?
It ain't here yet. if it's here, let me know. I'm alright. But nah, it ain't here yet. It's way too early for me to even think that. Like, you know, there are comedians that have been doing this for 20 years that don't feel like they've been there. You know? And I'm not comparing myself to them, but it's just I understand how deep the craft is, and I have such a deep reverence for the people who do this. And the people who've done it, who are going to continue to do it after me, and things of that nature. That like I'm not even, my mind isn't even on that. I just want to keep getting better, keep getting better.
So on stage,
yes,
if you feel nervousness in a certain way, because from what I've seen live and what I've seen from Instagram or whatever you've had online, you're not giving that off. Even when you were saying something that had made you embarrassed, it was in this state of, shit happened, bro.
Nervousness for me, I'm always nervous before I get on stage. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm doing like a show with 9 people or a show with like 50. I care so much about how I do each and every single time that I touch that stage that, you know, it's natural. I feel like if you're not nervous before your performance, you don't care enough. That's just me though. Some people are different, but that's just me. So I'm always super duper nervous before I get on stage. But once I get on stage and that first joke hits, then the feeling kind of just dissipates. I'm like, all right, and we just keep the ball rolling from there. So that's how it works for me. Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I've always wanted to know, because I've seen stand-up comedy, I've seen people talk about stand-up comedy, comedians, you know, all types of artists and things like that, is the joke writing. What is that process like?
Everybody's process is different.
Okay, so what's your process?
Okay, my process, well, the way I go about it is my material is very personal and like personable. I don't talk a lot about politics and current events. I may dabble in there, but for the most part, I talk about family, right? I talk about myself. I talk about views on certain things. So my process really is I love to put myself in situations where I can just interact with people as much as possible, right? So like I've gotten joke ideas and material from phone conversations. I've gotten material from, you know, hearing someone else's conversation on a bus somewhere. I've gotten
there's so many conversations that I had
a bunch.
No business hearing.
And you hear something, you're like, huh. You know what I'm saying? Like it sets a light bulb off, and then like for me as a comedian, like I'll, you know, whether it's through a phone conversation or me just being a bystander somewhere and hearing something that someone else says, if it inspires a joke idea or just something to write about, I'll take a quick note down on my phone, and from there, like 1 or 2 things happens. I'll either go home, like zero in and just write whatever I can about it, or I'll go straight to a stage as soon as possible and just go. You understand? And then from there, that's kind of how I develop my stuff.
That's something I've always wanted to know. They always talk about everything around the joke. Delivering the joke, or, you know, tweaking the joke. I've never heard a comedian talk about the actual writing of the joke. Yeah, everybody's process is different. I know comedians that don't write at all. Like, just go on stage and just go. You understand? Like they'll have a topic in mind. But they'll never put pen to paper to say, okay, this is what I want to talk about. They kind of just free verse it, you know. And then there are other comedians I know that like they have to write every word, every comma, every pause, every act out. And so everybody's process is different. It's about what works for you, and I think that's the beauty of comedy. It's that there's no real rubric to it. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you want to be a basketball player, you know you got to get in the gym, you got to get your shots up, you got to do this, and this to be successful. In comedy, it don't matter if you write 1 time a week or 8 times a week, whatever works for you and allows you to consistently get better and improve within your craft, that's what works for you. So I think it's very, very dope.
Okay. What comedians right now, when you think of comedians, do you look to as maybe a kind of inspiration, just in their approach to the different aspects of the craft? different?
That was a good question. I like. I'm a big. I've always been a big Chris Rock fan.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Huge Chris Rock fan. I don't necessarily know what his exact process is, but I know that he definitely puts in a lot. Like I think his last special, he said he spent like the last 10 years working on it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And that's another. Once again, that's another thing. Like when it comes to just developing material, like it's a talk. Like some jokes, comedians will spend years working on it. Some will spend weeks and then throw it away. Like it's an up and down thing. But like I know with a guy like him, he's always been very diligent. From what I've heard, obviously I don't know, but from what I've heard and from what I've read, a very diligent, meticulous writer when it comes to how he builds his stuff up. So definitely him. And I'm gonna say Kev because his ability to consistently put out specials with everything going on that he has with the movies, with the production company. Like, this man's doing like a million different. I think he's about to run for president. Like it's getting that crazy, but he's consistently putting out specials. He's consistently touring. We've never seen something like this. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
so I'm gonna definitely have to say he's up there too. So I think those two right now. And there's a couple others, but those two are the ones that come to mind for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just great because I mean that's just something that you have to appreciate from somebody, and even seeing how people come up, like you know, when we talk about failure in you know projects, you can look at early projects of either of them and be like, shit, that's the same person, like, you know, Kevin Soul Plane,
oh my god,
Chris Rock,
Soul Plane,
right. But you see that
progression,
yes, and that quality.
Yep.
But also, you still see the same person.
Right.
So, what do you see yourself doing? Do you see yourself doing any movies? Like currently, what project would you get into if you could dive everything into it?
You know, I think eventually I do want to make that transition to like television and movies, but I don't know. Knowing myself, when I don't like to juggle a bunch of things at once. So I know there are stand-ups that do a little bit of stand-up and movies and all this other stuff. But like I kind of want to give as much as I possibly can to stand-up before I ultimately make that transition to movies and televisions and things like that. Okay. Whether that means me putting in at least 10 to 15 years, however many, or putting out a certain amount of specials. I want to kind of just reach that point and stand up where I'm like, okay, I feel like I've done everything I need to do within this. It's time for me to go and do television. Time for me to see what the movie life is about, things that I need. Okay. Definitely that,
Okay.
One thing that I wanted, I feel like I'm just like hoping I finally got a comedian that I can like ask all my questions too.
Questions. Keep asking. Yes.
One thing I want to, especially as a black male comedian, there is so much, things have changed since I'm sure that you started.
Right.
And now where we're at now in life, the world, and things like that, how does that affect your comedy? I feel like one could say, I wouldn't say this, one could say, there's not much to laugh about these days.
Ooh.
But you're still in the craft, you're doing the thing. Like, I know that you keep it personal, you don't get into politics, things like that, but you might dibble dabble. But how are you engaging with that in terms of like the crazy shit that's going on, or are you kind of using that to fuel your content to make people laugh about things that you want them to laugh about?
Right. Well, I mean, before anything else, I'm a human being first and a black man second, right? And as a black man in this country, I'm doing myself along with my community a disservice if I'm not paying attention. You understand? So I see what's going on. I'm not ignorant to, even if I get on stage and I never address it at all, I know what's going on. And for me, in terms of how it fuels what I'm doing, like I said, I'll dabble and touch on it and things of that nature, but I think it pushes me to really just, because even as comedians, like another big part of what helps us to develop material and things of that nature is just retaining information. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm looking into things like the Central Park 5. I'm looking into things like all these crazy police brutality cases and things like that are going on, and whether I decide to take it to the stage or, as you guys know, you both follow me on like the social media stuff, or you know, address it in like a quick topical video or something like that.
Yes.
I'm always paying attention. I'm always trying to tune into stuff like that because it's extremely important and imperative, regardless of how it affects the comedy. So definitely,
No, that's a lot. I mean, we need that kind of transparency between people that have these jobs where you're not just representing yourself when you're seen on a higher platform.
Right.
You know, but what would you say about because I do enjoy how you use your platform in ways to review music and things like that. How would you speak on that? Because I don't see a lot of people necessarily dive into things with that much, because that's kind of being personal on a different level. That's really exploring your tastes and in your opinion to a different kind of crowd instead of just comedy. It's because people are sensitive about their music. You know, you're a Beyonce fan.
I know. Yeah. You know, like I said, I'm big on just retaining information, you know, and I'm not sure whether I showcase that through a joke I do on stage or a video I do through Instagram. It is what it is. But when you talk about, you know, things like the music reviews and stuff like that, initially when I got into it, it was just at a point in time where I was like, you know, the little skits and stuff like that is cool, and the clips of my stand-up, they're important, but it's like I want to tune into something different. I want to reach out to a different demographic, a different audience, and just show them I'm not just jokes. And even though, you know, I find ways to make the videos funny and stuff like that, because I still am a comedian. It's interesting. I've had a couple people reach out. Question some reviews. I've had some threats. I've had some things. But you know, as a you know, content creator, comedian, things of that nature, it's important. You know, like I like to try different things. Like you've seen it. I do sometimes. I might touch on something in sports. Sometimes. I might. I like you, like y'all. I've seen it. I know what you be doing. Man. But yeah, I'm impulsive to the Clippers. We don't get me started. If I start, I might not stop. But you know, I'm impulsive in that way. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I want to review a movie tonight, I might just do that. I think, you know, just to showcase that show, once again, to tap into another audience that may not be necessarily tuned into what I'm doing, and show them like, yo, I got something for you too. You know but then also show like, yo, I'm not a one trick pony in terms of it's just jokes. I could do a plethora of things. So
Yes.
One other thing that I've heard on the billions of interviews that I've watched of comedians is that people expect them to turn it on like whenever, and that's like you're the funny guy, and it's like a lot of people,
me a joke,
or like you know famous comedians seen in the street like do that, you know, and just act the way you are on stage or the way you are in this movie or that movie.
About to give me PTSD.
And I know comedians are one multifaceted, obviously as humans and as people and artists, but two, some of the stuff that they talk about is funny because of the way they present it, not so much in the way that they experienced it. You know what I mean? So I know that that's super different. Hi,
come on down.
That's
my family. My family just came.
Yes. So do you experience that too, where they expect you to be a funny person?
What?
Right.
Bruh, let me tell you something. And I talked about this in another interview I did. It's funny because people think that the title comedian means like you're this super extroverted individual that's like, you know, goofy and you like you said, you got it turned on 24/7. Majority of comedians are actually super duper reserved. You understand what I'm saying? Like we stay to ourselves. We're not like it's actually rare to meet a comedian that's like, you know, out there and things like I don't know many. I can count on my hands how many I know. Like it's really that crazy. And you know, it started with family. Because like when it was kind of moving through my family, that I was a comedian. Naturally, you'd be at a family event, be like, funny man, come, tell us a joke, all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, it don't work that way. I'm not.
I love myself.
Just a bunch of Haitian family members, people in the church, like they just expect you You understand? Even my dad, like he'll kind of like he'll talk about it from time to time because I'm super reserved, super quiet. Like I don't talk. This is my first time talking today. You understand? Like, but it's like he'll be like, "Oh, how you a comedian, but you never want to socialize?" It's like, bro, I'm chilling, bro. Like so I mean, I don't mind it. It gets annoying at times, but you know, if it comes with the territory, then so be it. This is the career path that I chose. It is what it is. So yeah.
Is that a lot of people want that, but comedians themselves they're
very cool. Like very cool. Once again, going back to the name I referenced earlier, like Chris Rock. You see Chris Rock on stage, super animated. He's like pacing back and forth and all this energy, yelling, like he's going crazy. And you see him in the interview, like, yeah, well, you know, just work on my new hour. Like, no, watch it. I'm telling you, watch it, Chris Rock. Calm, like that's just we're super reserved. And, like that's just, we're very to ourselves. So once again, it's expected. I get it. I still get it to this day. I'll probably get it when I'm leaving today. If someone recognizes it, it is what it is. If it comes with the territory, so be it. But you know, it's not. That's not. We're not on 24/7. So
sometimes just
we just chilling.
Right.
Just chilling, man. I don't want to tell you jokes on the 2 train, brother. Don't. let me get to my destination, fam. Like that. That's all it is.
Man, no. And I understand that because I mean, when you're a performer on any level, if somebody just sees you as that, you know, that profession, it's just like, all right, so. You know, when I saw you last, you was on stage. Yeah. You know, I know we on the 82 bus right now, but
just all this stuff. Or like, yo, I got a joke for you right now.
Oh
my god, just terrible. Just always. Once again, to the people, whoever is just watching, I don't mind it. I get it. But no, keep it like keep it. We don't need it, please. That's so you know. Yeah.
That's a DM that might get seen.
Yeah. There you go.
The other thing, speaking of people coming up to you, period, and being like, oh, one thing I've never understood, and I've tried to tweet about it, but I'm not good at Twitter, so I haven't, is the hecklers. I don't understand them, and I want to punch every single one I see on YouTube, anywhere, because you just said, in whatever action you've taken, that this comedian either needs your help or you're funnier than they are. And that is never true. They're up there. They're getting paid. You are doing... What are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? What is your strategy?
Well, first of all, the history of the heckler. Whenever someone is heckling during a still live stand-up comedy show, they're either one of 2 people. They either the person that disagrees with whatever it is that you're saying. Like a lot of controversial comedians usually have the most hecklers because they'll talk on a certain topic or subject, and it'll be like some white lady from Oregon with opinions, and that would just be like, well, actually, like we don't need all that. So that's one type of heckler. Then you have the other type of heckler you just referred to as like, I can do this, yo. I can do, like, and then they try and engage or whatever the case may be with the show. Tactics and strategies for hecklers. I embrace hecklers. I really and truly do. Just because, I don't mind them. Obviously, I don't want them at every show.
Right.
But once again, just another thing that comes with the territory. I think that it's good for comedians to have hecklers because it brings you, like, especially for those comedians that are super duper tight and scripted, which you usually are when you first come into the game, hecklers take you out of your element and force you to work on your improvisational funny. In that moment, you can't finish telling me a joke about Tinder or whatever the fuck it is that you're talking about. Like, you have to address this person that's trying to, like, the craziest heckler experience I've had, I remember I was performing at this bar. I just did another show there recently, Moe's. It's not too far from me. I think it's on 80 Lafayette. I believe, it's super dope, super dope bar. I was doing a show, and I had this joke at the time about like zodiac signs or whatever. So the way it's set up, like the stage is up here, the audience is down here, and I think I forget what zodiac sign I talked about, but there was a lady in the crowd who was like, we don't act like that, and like it got quiet. But I was new, so I didn't know how to deal with her, so I just kept going into my set. And then but here's where it got interested. She came on the stage. Yeah. She was like, nah, because if you gonna talk about our zodiac sign, do it right. And I'm like, once again, I'm new. I don't know. So I'm kind of just looking at her like, I'm so sorry. Thank you for your time. And I just got off stage, and that was it. Now today, I'm a little more seasoned and experienced, so I know how to twist that and make it into something funny.
So I can't believe she got on stage.
That's
I can't believe it either.
Over a Zodiac song.
And it
There's
gets-
other things to get on stage for.
Yeah. And then I know heckler people that have gotten like hit while performing, like throwing stuff, got stuff thrown at them. People came on stage like wanted to fight. I'm trying to tell you, but once again, it comes with the territory. Unfortunately, that it is what it is. So for me, like I said, I embrace a heckler. I don't want them at every single show, but if I got to deal with one, so be it. If I'm recording and I get a funny clip out of it, that's content for Instagram. So glass half empty, glass half full. That's how I look at it. So,
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
I can't stand hecklers.
Yeah.
I can't. When I see them, I skip over them if they're in a video.
Yup.
Because I just don't. And not that the comedians can handle it,
yeah.
but I just.
Yeah.
The only ones that I have enjoyed to watch is when you have a comedian that, well, I'll say specifically, Martin Lawrence,
Yeah.
Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah. That was different.
Exactly, it was
Yeah.
different because also then we're talking about talking about the times right now.
Right.
It was raw right
Yeah.
there. He was saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say.
Yeah.
He was, and then it was. He got on you if he wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's
it
your
wasn't-
limit there?
Oh,
In
right.
terms of like what?
How deep are you gonna go?
In
If
terms
some-
of
An audience member.
if
Oh,
some
audience member?
if some shorty, I mean straight up, just like it was over there in Def Jams.
Right.
Say if she, she's trying to dress like a city girl, or back then it was, she dressed like what, Big Bird or whatever. This girl dressed like a city girl, but,
Right.
but she ain't looking like, she's looking like she from,
Right.
the outskirts.
That's hilarious. Okay.
No, you're funny.
What's my limit? I go as far as the audience member lets me go.
So you see when you.
You gotta pay attention. If you want to do crowd work or whether it's a heckle or whatever, you gotta pay attention to body language. For me at least. So it's like if I'm doing crowd work, I'll make a joke on you because I'm not really even that harsh to begin with. I may have a little comment here and there, but nothing crazy. But I pay attention to your body language. If I see that if I say something and you don't tighten up on me, all right, we get a little bit deeper. And if I see once I get a little bit deeper that you still, you're cool and you're kind of inviting it, or even if you're not inviting it, you're kind of just letting it happen, then I cool. But like I've had some experiences where like I'll do some crowd work and making fun of everyone else, but dude just sitting at me like, yo, make another joke, bro. We'll see who's funny after this one. And once it gets to that point, I'm like, all right, we're just gonna go over to you. My bad, brother. I ain't even need it. I love you. God loves you, and then that's it. So once you pay attention to body language, and you go as far as the audience member lets me, go as far as the audience member lets you, should be fine. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm trying to think. I got all my questions out.
Go ahead. I'm here. Let's turn it into a TED Talk. Let's do it.
This is a TED Talk.
Yes, it is.
Not like this TED though.
Okay.
Another TED Talk.
I mean,
Tayllor Talk. Duh. Anyway. When you are, where do you, in terms of your process now as a comedian, where are you trying to, where's the next level for you,
Okay.
and what you want to do?
Well, right now, I want to work towards developing my first hour. I don't have an hour, like an hour's worth of material. Like I can perform for 30 minutes on stage, but it's like I can perform a strong 10-minute set, a good 15-minute set, a solid 20, and then like a decent 25 to 30, right? But I want to be able to I'm working towards reaching the point where I have a solid hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then from there, then I can start working towards touring and things of that nature. Because right now I'm reaching out to schools. I'm actually in the works, putting together a college tour. We'll talk about that now. Hey, come on, you better don't.
there we go.
You understand? But yeah, no.
Education,
Yeah. But the thing with touring is that especially with the schools that you're reaching out to and things of that nature, and I'm also independent, so I don't do it through like agencies and stuff. Like I'm reaching out to the awards myself.
Right.
First thing that they're asking, especially since because a lot of them are looking for like the social media personalities and stuff like that, right? But the one upper hand I can use in terms of getting booked over them, not trying to make it a competitive thing, but just the business of it, like I can do 30 minutes, I can do an hour, things like that. So I can shop that to them. So, but then outside of that, just for my own personal self, like I want to be able to reach that hour mark so I can start preparing for my first stand-up special, my first stand-up comedy album, things like that. So that's where I'm at right now. I just want to get to the hour.
Yeah.
I'm working diligently on that right now, trying to get up as many open mics as possible, shows as possible.
Yep.
Writing as much as I can, getting together with other comedians, bouncing ideas off them, things like that. But the hour, I'm locked in on it right now.
Nice. And it's college too.
Yes.
So,
East Coast, down south.
Hey, come on, man.
what's
A college tour. All right, so this is right now I'm working on putting together my second college tour ever. The first one that I ever did was actually 2 years ago. Right, I think I was just getting into stand up around that time, and it was terrible. It was really, really bad. But it was bad because of me, not because of the schools. Like, I just didn't understand the business at the time, so I didn't really know how to market myself and shop myself properly to these schools. You understand? But it was a good experience because it helped me prepare for what I'm doing now, which is the second college tour. Now, the second college tour, I don't have schools set in stone yet. There's definitely going to be a couple CUNYs in there, a couple of upstate schools, based on some connections I made from bad schools. But I want, if I can go everywhere, I want to go everywhere. The goal is to get at least 10 schools. I think we're definitely going to hit that, but it's just a matter of where. So if I get the opportunity to go out to, I don't know, ATL, though, Cali, though, DC, Virginia, wherever, though. But for right now, I'm just trying to build up, see if we can get as many New York City schools as possible. Because I do have people who follow me that go to some of these schools that have always wanted to see me perform, but they've just never been able to. So if we can facilitate that, that'll be great. But yeah, college tour, it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. I think I'm gonna announce it probably like first week of September, around that time. Yeah.
So we'll keep that updated so that we can have that at the bottom of this video.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then they can know
Of course.
where to find you.
Yeah. Anything else besides anything?
I could promote.
You could do
Yes, this is the moment.
This is my time to
It's
shine.
saying-
This is my time to shine. All right, so you know what it is, man. This is man Marv Glover. Natural born lover. All right, tuck a baby in a cover and then go kiss his mother. Hello. I got a lot going on, people. I got a lot going on. First and foremost, I just started a podcast. We're on episode 2. About to record episode 3. Next week is going to be 5. I don't know when it's going to get uploaded, but
Yes,
it'll
I'm about
probably
to finish my spliff and
Yeah,
listen to that.
But the whole My Nuggets podcast featuring myself and the Chisel the Don is also a fellow comedian, phenomenal guy. All right, check it out. All right, it's one of the best sports podcasts in the nation right now. I said it. I'm not gonna take it back. 50% sports, 50% real shit, 100% of the time. It's great. You know, I do this. You know, this is off the top. This is you understand? Whole My Nuggets podcast available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. All right. Yeah, all right, so we got that. Then we got my Instagram. You can follow me on that at Marv Glover. Snapchat at Marv Glover. Twitter at Marv Glover _ Facebook.com/Marv Glover. YouTube.com/Marv Glover. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. You understand what else I got going on? I got my monthly comedy show. Y'all been to that? You can vouch for it. Tell them.
Yes,
Right.
Tell them.
Monthly comedy show is free, yo, and it's fire.
It's something special. We got a live band now.
And live band.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. Let me tell them because I'm trying to give them everything. Look, don't be afraid to laugh. Every second Wednesday of every month, hosted by myself and my phenomenal co-host Mike Logan, funny comedian.
Yes.
Phenomenal dude. You understand what I'm saying? Every second Wednesday every month at the V Spot restaurant. It's called the vegan food court now. I don't know why.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
And they incorporated a bunch of different. We'll talk about it after. Every second Wednesday, every month. All right, doors open 6, show starts at 7. And did I forget to mention, it's free. You don't gotta pay nothing. You come, you laugh, you leave. That is it. It's great. We got a live band. We got stand-up comedians. We got me. We got me. You understand? It's something special. All right. So come out to that. What else I got going on? College tour coming. Just follow me, man. I'm just trying to do as much as possible. Yeah, and keep in touch with these great people, these phenomenal people. You know, I love them. I love them. You understand? They're doing great things, so keep supporting them. All right, support me too. You understand? You feel me? But support them. Support them. Support them.
Yes. That was